We all have our favorite YouTuber. For some people, it's a cookie god. For the others, might be Wadzi. For some, it's not even for Minecraft. And one thing they all have in common is a hardcore series. And we all watched those hardcore series where they make massive farms, beautiful buildings, and a lot of crazy stuff. But did anyone do it themselves? I mean, a normal Minecraft player? Well, there might be, but there are so few. And right now, I am one of them, and I'm gonna try and do that. I'm gonna start the hardcore series and do my best to make beautiful farms and very beautiful buildings, and that's something I need to work on because I am very, very bad at buildings. I might be a little bit good at beating the game because we did beat Minecraft without taking any damage in hardcore, but I don't know about buildings or anything that is related to that. So, in this video, I am going to make the best hardcore world I have ever made in my I don't know how many years of playing Minecraft. I never did make a good hardcore world or an amazing and a crazy long one, but in this video, I am going to do that. Why you ask? It's because I always wanted to, but I never had the chance. Either I was so busy with studying or I was, I don't know, not good enough at the game. But now I will do it. I am going to make a very good and a satisfying hardcore world that I'll be happy with. With that said, our goal in this series is to be better at building and learn new things. Of course, that will happen automatically as we're gonna learn how to make massive farms or crazy builds, but hopefully that will stick with us into future videos and we might need them in even some challenges, who knows. So let's get right into it. We of course started off with getting some basic tools, some iron for a shield so we can be safe since it's a hardcore world. And for the next 30 to 40 minutes I was just looking for a village since it was very important for me to secure villages and I will be able to make a simple farm like an iron farm, maybe a trading hall, who knows. And for that I would not have to go to the caves and risk of dying since in hardcore they do a lot of damage, especially the skeletons. And after a really long time, I finally was able to locate a village. I went caving, found a diamond, found a villager outpost, but had no luck finding a village until now. It was like, as I said, 30 to 40 minutes. But we did it nonetheless, and in case you're wondering why did I try to eat golden watermelon, it's because I genuinely thought you could eat them. So I looted the village and started with hay bales, and after that I went and grabbed some coal, and I also found a ruined portal nearby, which is good. And then I set up a little camp and I made a double chest so I can put all the loot I have, because I had a lot, and slept for the night. Hello, piggy. And so I decided to make my base right here next to the camp in the mountain. How you ask? Well, I'm just gonna dig a hole, sort of like the Hobbit house, and just expand it from the inside, go up, go down, make a bunch of rooms for everything, little farms, and so on. That was my idea, and I like that at the moment. I mean, I still do like it, but yeah. And if you think that I am just bad at building and I don't want to build houses and so I'll just stick into a mountain that would be easier, you, sir, would be absolutely right because I genuinely cannot make any good builds, and as I said at the beginning, it's one of my goals to learn how to build in this video or this series, not just this video, and make some beautiful builds and improve. So the entrance would be somewhere around here. That's where I decided it would be, so I'll just build a shape of a circle or something and then expand it inwards toward the mountain. And after some time, I came up with this. This was my idea of a circle. I know you guys are great builders, some of you are just crazy builders building castles, and you seeing this is eh. Well, I agree with you. But if you have any advice, anything, you could always just comment, and I'll definitely improve by your help, and we'll improve buildings and maybe even build some suggestions. Who knows? And after some time, this is what I came up with for the entrance for now, because I do not have many materials and the materials are limited. So this is what we have, just oak wood and the white one that I forgot its name. So the plan for the build is to expand inside the mountain, up, down, right, left, and make many rooms as I said, and hopefully we'll make it very nice and beautiful and somewhat acceptable. And of course, in the rooms there will be enchantment rooms. Maybe I'll make another room. I don't know about making it inside or outside for now. So yes, and after some time, I decided to make an iron farm because my tools kept breaking and I did not have enough iron. Neither did the nearby caves, so the iron farm seemed like the best choice for now, and it would sustain me for iron, like with iron, for some time. So I started doing that, and of course, I had some difficulties in it. I miscalculated some blocks here, as you can see. It must have been 6 blocks deep, and I only made it 3, and that resulted in me having some villagers killed in the future, as you're gonna see. So this is the iron farm so far. At this moment I had just logged in because I started playing, and now it's day 2. So I had shortages in iron, as I said, and I needed hoppers so I can make the collecting system. So I had some difficulty actually gathering enough iron for 3 hoppers, and I spent at least 30 minutes trying to do that. And I didn't miscalculate the blocks from the inside but also from the outside, and I had to rewatch the video on YouTube so I can do it again. And if you want to make an iron farm like this, you're gonna find it easily on YouTube. Just type how to make Minecraft's iron farm or something like that. It's gonna pop up first. It's a very simple 3-minute video with the materials showing up at the beginning of what you need so you can collect them ahead of time, and it's really good. After that, I started transporting the villagers from the village to the farm. You need exactly 3, not not less, not more, just 3 with 3 beds, so the farm can work good and without any errors. And I realized my mistake, and after watching the video, I started removing the stone fence and trying to make things right. Then it was nighttime and Iron Farm started working by itself. I didn't know why, but turns out a baby zombie just went to the boat that we placed earlier, and he was there because the trapdoors were open. And yes, and now the disaster will happen and he will kill a villager, maybe 2, I do not remember. And that will make me realize that I made a mistake in counting blocks from the inside where I should place the zombie. So yeah, I started hearing villagers taking damage, and I knew that the zombie can reach them. So I was like, wow, what happened? What's going on? And then I didn't realize the mistake for a couple of minutes until like morning came and I killed both the zombie and the baby zombie. So I went down and started hitting them, and I made a mistake here. When I tried to hit the baby zombie, I hit the boy by mistake. He was already low, which is good, but I still had to kill the zombie villager. And this moment already was very bad because it almost cost us our hardcore world. Thankfully we survived. That was a very close call and almost ended the series before I even began. And since there was no villagers left in the village, I had to breed these two that I have so they can make babies and I could have more villages, and from then maybe I could make a trading hall in the future because there was absolutely no more villages in the village. I don't know how, but this village had only like 3, maybe 4 villages maximum, which was not good, but we're gonna save the situation nonetheless. I went AFK and I was waiting for the villagers to breed and make a baby villager so I can release it from the boat because I was almost certain it's gonna run into the boat and get stuck on it, and it actually did. I was happy to see that breeding worked even though there was only 3 beds. Normally they need at least 4, or at least that's what I learned from my experience, but it worked and that's good, so we didn't have to wait or suffer with them anymore. So as I was waiting for the villager to grow so he can normally be used as a bait with the zombies to trigger the iron golem summoning attempt, I went back to work on the house. So my plan originally was to go and make 2 chambers, one to the left and one to the right, and like a big hallway that leads to a bunch of other rooms, but I changed my mind and I decided that I would make a circle shape hallway that meets in the middle, and from then we can go deeper into a straight line. So this is how it is so far. As you can see, there was like 2 hallways that gonna meet in the middle. So either if you go on the left or the right, you're gonna meet in the middle, and there will be a straight line directly into the mountain that leads to other rooms. I have no idea why my cat's skin changed from here, probably because I was playing without internet and it just didn't load, but I'm gonna play with this skin for the moment. It actually looks like my best friend. And now it's time to check on the villager if it had grown or not. But I found a big surprise. Why? Why? What? Oh, guys, come on, chill, relax. They made 2, how much is that? 2, 3 more babies? Bruh. Yeah, I had no idea what to do with the extra 2 babies, so I had to take them out of there and maybe I'll breed them into making a trading hall. But I had an issue at the moment. There was a village, an iron farm, so I had to take them very far away to make a trading hall so they wouldn't interfere with the iron golem summoning thingy. And if there will be any nearby village or other villages to the farm, the iron golem will spawn out of it. And we had this problem a lot when we played on a server of Minecraft, me and my 2 other friends, and actually it made a huge problem. The iron golems were just spawning everywhere and we had to just kill them and destroy the farm eventually because it was making such a mess. And that is what I did. I took the 2 baby villagers into separate places until I'll figure out where I'll do the trading hall, or we could call it
slavery.
With that out of the way, I can normally go and not worry about having villagers later to trade on, and I almost killed them here, forgot the leash on, yes. So I would not be worrying too much about villager or worrying about traveling to another village to make villages. I was initially worried about one thing. I didn't know the despawn mechanics for the villagers, so I made 2 working stations and placed a torch for lights. Don't get me wrong, I gave them bread to grow fast, not to anything else. I just wanted them to grow. Anyway, as I was saying, I placed a torch for the lights and 2 working stations because I was afraid that they might despawn and I'll have to be looking for village around, and it might be too far away, and that would give me troubles in the future. I finally connected the house from the inside, and this is how it looks like. This is what I meant by a circle connecting in the middle and then a hallway going straight into the mountain. It was nighttime and it was time to get a zombie so I can get the iron farm working, and that is what I did, and it worked nicely this time without any troubles or villagers dying. The farm now was working perfectly, and now I'll have a reliable iron source for my builds or simply for armor and tools. Then I started working on the house and started collecting wood, both of this white wood that I still don't remember its name in oak wood, so I can finish the floors and maybe the walls, so I can at least give a little bit of a look for the Hobbit house. Then I started covering the house from top with dirt because in the picture it had a little bit of greenery on top with grass and stuff growing on of it. So I wanted to replicate that and make the same as it. After that I started covering the floor with slabs of different wood, putting random patterns of the white one so it can give a little bit of color and diversity into the floor. And yeah, that was my plan. And then for the walls I had no idea what to do, so maybe I would use the grindstone, and I eventually did, and it looked really nice. The only problem is that in the entrance there was a little bit of difference between stone and wood, and I didn't really know how to delete that difference, like, and how to make it look good. This is what I meant with the difference. I mean, as you can see, it starts with wood and then just goes in with stone, and like there gotta be some levels, from level 5 to level 1, going slowly to the lower level. And I didn't know like how to do that. It just went straight wood to stone. I had no idea how to do that. But I think I'm gonna, in the future, not now, I'm gonna try and get some darker wood and get a little bit of a shade, going darker and darker into the Hobbit house until it actually gives some good color. And after doing some experiments with the walls, I found that the cobblestone, smooth stone, and the stone that I got from the grinding thingy, plus this diorite, or I don't know its name, made a really beautiful shape on the wall. I mean, just look at it. It has diversity, shade, and all of it in one wall. It just looks nice. In my opinion, at least. I liked it. I know it's not the best, but for someone who's very bad at building, I think it's bad. Just those three cobblestones shouldn't be like that. Gotta be a little bit more random. I'll fix it in the future. I bone wheeled the top of the house so it's gonna look more accurate to the picture. As I said, this like grass on top of it and all, and didn't look so bad. I liked it. Then I decorated the inside a little bit, put it two furnaces and a blast furnace on top of it. Wasn't like the best decoration, but it's better than empty space. And for now, I think this would be all for this video. It's just a simple introduction for our hardcore series, and of course we're gonna improve much better in the future. If you ended up watching this far, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll hope to see you again soon.